Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by tall mountains and green fields, there lived a young boy named Samir. Samir was known for having a very honest heart. He always tried to tell the truth and to do what he believed was right, even when it was hard. Everyone in the village knew Samir, and they trusted him because they knew he would never lie or cheat. Samir's family was poor. His father was a farmer who worked hard every day in the fields, and his mother wove baskets and sold them in the village market. Although they didn't have much, Samir's family was happy and always helped others when they could. One day, as Samir was walking to the market to buy some rice for his mother, he found a shiny gold coin lying on the road. It was big and bright, and Samir had never seen so much money in his life. For a moment, he thought about keeping the coin. With that much money, he could buy new clothes and even some sweets for his little sister. But then, his honest heart spoke up. This coin belongs to someone else. They must be worried and looking for it, Samir thought to himself. So, instead of putting the coin in his pocket, he decided to try and find its owner. He went from house to house, asking if anyone had lost a gold coin. Some people laughed at him, saying, if we had a gold coin, we'd never let it go. But Samir didn't give up. He knew that if he lost something valuable, he would want someone to help him find it. After a long time, he reached an old, small house at the end of the village. An old man opened the door. He looked sad and tired. Samir asked him, "Sir, did you lose a gold coin?" The old man's eyes filled with tears. "Yes, I did. That coin was all the money I had left. I was going to use it to buy food. I have been searching everywhere for it." Samir smiled and handed the coin to the old man. "Here it is. I found it on the road and wanted to return it to its rightful owner." The old man was so grateful. He placed his hand on Samir's head and blessed him, saying, "You have a very honest heart, young man. Not everyone would do what you just did." Word spread through the village about Samir's honesty. Everyone praised him and said he would grow up to be a great man one day. But that wasn't the end of the story. A few weeks later, the village faced a great challenge. A big storm hit, and the fields were flooded. Many people lost their crops, and there was not enough food. The village leaders decided to visit the king in the nearby city to ask for help. The village chief chose Samir to go with him because he was young, honest, and brave. Samir was excited and nervous. He had never been to the city or seen a king before. But he knew he had to be brave for his village. When they arrived at the palace, they saw the king, who was known to be fair and wise. The village chief told the king about the storm and the damage it had done to their crops. The king listened carefully and promised to help the village. As they were leaving, one of the king's ministers noticed Samir. He remembered hearing a story about a boy who had returned a gold coin to an old man. He went up to Samir and asked, "Are you the boy with the honest heart?" Samir nodded shyly. The minister smiled and told the king about Samir's good deed. The king was impressed. He called Samir to him and said, "Young man, honesty is a rare and precious quality. You could have kept the coin, but you chose to do the right thing. That shows great strength of character." The king decided to reward Samir. He gave him a bag of coins, enough to help his family and the village during the hard times. Samir was very grateful, but he felt it was too much. "Your Majesty," he said humbly, "I only did what I thought was right. I don't need any reward." But the king insisted, saying, a person like you deserves to be rewarded. Take this gift, and use it to help others as well." Samir thanked the king and promised to use the money wisely. He returned to his village with the village chief, and gave some of the money to help the people who had lost their crops. He bought food for the families who were struggling and helped repair the village. From that day on, Samir was loved and respected even more. People looked up to him, and he continued to live by his honest heart. He grew up to become a wise and kind man who always did what was right. And the village prospered because they had someone they could trust. Samir's story became famous, and people from other villages came to hear about the boy with the honest heart. His tale was passed down from one generation to the next, reminding everyone of the power of honesty and kindness. And so, Samir lived a life full of love and respect, all because he chose to follow his heart and do what was right.